Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Oh, yeah, motherfuckers. Oh, yeah, I'm back. This is your main man, Mr. Can You Dig It, Backwoods Mayor. And I'm back with a couple hot ticks of these motherfucking politics. Hit that motherfucking subscribe button, nigga. Oh, look, America. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Okay. Now, y'all remember yesterday that DoorDash interview with Donald Trump at the White House, right? That was a motherfucking play. I just got the motherfuckers transcripts in this bitch this morning. Donald Trump went and got one of his ugly ass supporters' wife, a bald-mouthed bitch from Arkansas, to come to the White House and act like she doing a DoorDash White House Donald Trump for a photo op. That was a prop, America. That was a skit. That shit was planned already. I knew that shit was unthinkable. Put the handcuffs on Donald Trump ass. Put the handcuffs on that bitch who walked up her ass up there with DoorDash. Put the handcuffs on both of them. Kick their motherfuckers in their heads. Lock both of their motherfucking ass up, including everybody in that motherfucking White House. You crazy son of a bitches.
Okay, and then we learned that they shipped her around. DoorDash grandma, Sharon Simmons, goes around place to place and does this. Here she is in Nevada at this hearing where the MAGA Republicans used her as one of their witnesses regarding no tax on tips. This was done on July 28th, 2025. Play this clip.
Simmons, thank you for appearing today. You gave heartfelt testimony. If you can, and you don't know what you don't know, but from your perspective, what do you think this bill is ultimately going to mean for you and the savings that you're going to have?
Well, again, I believe that, it's going to free up some stuff for me. It means that I'm going to be able to stay more connected with my family in Missouri. It's going to help with any future treatments. God forbid that he has to have more treatments, but it will help more with that. It is truly, DoorDash is truly a independent, industry. And I enjoy that part of it. I like being able to, just do what I need to do. And freeing up this extra money means quite a bit to my family.
And Ms. Simmons, do you consider yourself to be wealthy or well-connected?
Not at all.
And look, I think this whole thing backfired to begin with anyway. As this one account points out, the photo op of Donald Trump tipping her $100. The photo op doesn't land right now, this account says. Everyone's broke. Door dashing, OnlyFansing, prediction market gambling to make ends meet. And Trump is handing out a $100 tip to an older lady who still has to work is bad optics. Like, here, go buy yourself a tank of gas. Good luck, lady. Enjoy the war right there. But you see, for Trump, whether it's the bodega stunt, the black church stunt, the Chick-fil-A stunt, you name it, it's about making the video, right?
Oh, look, America. The DoorDash grandma was a fucking paid actor. I knew this shit was a fucking scam. Everything Donald Trump do is a scam. Bring that bald-mouthed bitch back up here and put the handcuffs up on that bitch. Lock.
Man, look, there's not $1 million motherfucking dollar in this world for anybody to pay me to do DoorDash for the president of the United States of America. What the fuck I look like kissing the president's ass?
Oh, look, America, I think Donald Trump is the Antichrist. And every motherfucker in the MAGA is a demon. And a motherfucking Christian nationalist. Anytime you can curse the fucking Pope out and the motherfucker smile, lock his motherfucking ass.
Bishop Robert Barron supports you and your policies. He praises you for defending religious freedom.
Yeah.
He now says you owe Pope Leo an apology. Will you apologize?
No, I don't, because Pope Leo said things that are wrong. he was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result. You have hundreds of millions of people dead, and it's not going to happen. So I can't. I think he's very weak on crime.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Now keep in mind, this is the same person that MAGA would have you believe was anointed by Jesus to come and save the United States. Openly involved in a verbal spat with, let me check, the Pope.
Why did you attack Pope Leo on Truth Social?
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
Basically said that the message of the church, my message, the message of the gospel, blessed are the peacemakers.
Today, the conflict between Donald Trump and the Pope seemed to escalate after Donald Trump last night told reporters that the Pope was weak and terrible on foreign policy. I'm not sure that that comes up on the requirements for being Pope, but then again, what do I know? And Pope Leo responded by doubling down, saying, quote, "I will continue to speak out loudly against war," before clarifying that he had, quote, "no fear" after the president's attack.
Oh, look, America. Donald Trump just made another statement to the Pope. He said he doesn't understand and shouldn't be talking about war because he has no idea what's happening. That's what he said to the Pope. He's the Antichrist. Lock his...
And Donald Trump has launched a fresh attack on Pope Leo, claiming the pontiff has no idea when it comes to the war and Iran's nuclear threat. In comments to an Italian newspaper, the US president says he doesn't understand and shouldn't be talking about war because he has no idea what's going on. He doesn't understand that 42,000 protesters were killed in Iran last month.
Oh, look, America. They got a lot of fake Christian shit going on in Donald Trump administration and in MAGA. Not one Catholic out of Donald Trump administration, not a one Catholic out of MAGA said anything about the Pope with Donald Trump. Lock up.
Now, see, you're right, Mr. Can you dig it? It's a lot of fake shit going on. That's why I don't fuck with fake people. I don't go to churches. I don't even step in foot inside the churches because you know why? Because there's always devils inside the churches. You just got to pinpoint them out. You'll know which one they are. Shit. I wonder why they didn't say nothing. Can you blame them? Can you dig it?
Oh, look, America. The Pope has finally made a statement. The Pope say he has no fear. Fuck Donald Trump. That wasn't the exact word, but he did say he had no fear. But look,
I have no fear of neither the Trump administration nor speaking out loudly about the message of the gospel. I do not look at my role as being political, politician. I don't want to get into a debate with him. I don't think that the message of the gospel is meant to be abused in the way that some people are doing. And I will continue to speak out loudly against war, looking to promote peace, promoting dialogue and multilateral relationships among the states to look for just solutions to problems. Too many people are suffering in the world today. Too many innocent people are being killed. And I think someone has to stand up and say, there's a better way to do this.
oh, look, America. MAGA Mike Johnson from Shreveport, Louisiana, the country son of a bitch. The Speaker of the Republican Party is a fake Christian. He's a demon. He's taking up for Donald Trump trying to be the Pope. If you was a Christian, you wouldn't have took up for Donald Trump. Put the handcuffs on that fruitcake.
MAGA Mike Johnson is back to work finally after taking a massive vacation after Congress was in recess. He's back and the House is in session starting again soon. And MAGA Mike is absolutely panicking. Watch as he tries to run away from reporters as he's asked about Donald Trump making social media posts of Trump saying that he's AI Jesus or that AI images of Donald Trump as Jesus. Here's what MAGA Mike says. Let's play this clip.
Speaker Johnson, can I ask you about the president's post depicting himself as Jesus? Was it blasphemy?
I talked with the president about it as soon as I saw it and told him that I don't think it was being received in the same way he intended it. He agreed and he pulled it down. That was the right thing to do. He explained how he saw that, and I don't think he thought it was sacrilegious at all. So,
Do you think he should back down?
I think he showed great respect to others by removing it.
And as the House and the Senate come back into session, these MAGA Republicans are cheering on higher gas prices, everybody. You've got MAGA Republican senators showing up and saying $4 gas, $5 gas. The key thing is we've obliterated Iran. Really, we've obliterated them. They control the Strait of Hormuz. But watch what the MAGA Republican senators are saying. Play this clip.
We're the leading producer of oil in the world. We're exporting more than we're importing. We're not standing in lines. That overall wages have been growing faster than inflation under this president. Here it is. It's going to be tax day very soon, and Americans are going to get an extra $1,000 or $1,500 rebate as well. So I'm sorry the gas prices are going up, but help is on its way. And your national security, yes, is even more important than your pocketbook.
Oh, look, America. Well, motherfucking well. The cross-dressing hillbilly J.D. Vance, the vice president of the United States, and the couch fucker. Yes, I said the couch fucker. Because J.D. Vance, the cross-dressing hillbilly, our vice president, was caught in college making love to the couch in his dorm. Those are facts. But anyway, that data is for another day. J.D. Vance was at Turning Point USA speech today, and the crowd booed him, protested him, and told him, get his punk ass out. Now, J.D. Vance, you already know what's going to happen to you with Donald Trump punk ass crook. Put the handcuffs on him. Lock his motherfucking ass up. Him and his whole motherfucking administration.
Well, Kennedy, it seems like the Republicans are getting a big J.D. Vance, should I say couch-sized wake-up call.
Oh, look, America. Our vice president, the cross-dressing hillbilly, is at Turning Point USA. Now, Turning Point USA is made for Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is the white racist motherfucker who hates black people, and most of all, he hates black women. Okay, now the cross-dressing couch fucker named J.D. Vance. Yes, I say couch fucker again, because he was caught in college fucking the couch. Those are facts. Now, J.D. Vance got his punk ass up there. The crowd is booing him. They calling his punk ass Hitler. They saying he is the reason him and Donald Trump for his genocides in Iran. I tell you what we can do with his punk ass. Turn his punk ass around. Kick him in his ass. Lock his motherfucking ass up. Him and the whole motherfucking Turning Point USA. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Breaking news, breaking motherfucking news. Look, America, the Congress is now plotting to invoke the 25th Amendment to get Donald Trump ass up out of here. Yeah, that's right. Put the handcuffs up on that bitch. Lock his motherfucking...
Timothy Snyder said, they don't know how war works, and they don't know how negotiations work, but they know how grift works, which is the game that they are playing. They want our oligarchs to make money. They want Putin to make money. And that's the victory that they care about. J.D. Vance came out on Saturday night and said, the bad news is that we have not reached an agreement. And I think that bad news is much more for Iran than it is for the U.S. So we're going to go back to the U.S. having not come to an agreement because they have chosen not to accept our terms. But as Professor Snyder points out, the war is obviously a defeat for the U.S. because had the U.S. won, it would be us dictating the terms. We also need to remember that the Secretary of State skipped the Iran negotiations in Pakistan to attend a UFC fight with the president. So did the special envoy for South and Central Asia. And Pakistan has no confirmed U.S. ambassador, even though that's where the negotiations were taking place. Tens of thousands of Americans are in harm's way. The U.S. Navy ships are on their way to the Strait of Hormuz. Gas prices are rising. The world is on edge. And this is what the leaders do? This is not serious leadership. As many experts have pointed out, this is amateur hour, and the whole world can see it.
Oh, look, America. J.D. Vance again. The Turning Point USA speech in the crowd was bullshit. Only 200 motherfucking people. Nobody want to hear that shit. Here, Billy, put the handcuffs on him. Look. Oh, look, America. The Pope has finally made a statement. The Pope say he has no fear. Fuck Donald Trump. That wasn't the exact word, but he did say he had no fear. But lock
his motherfucking ass up.